the Merkur Futur, the Q-Shave, and now the Vanderhagen. And we're going to shave with it coming up next. Hi YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere, it's BarberGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another video. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate you sharing your time with me. If this is your first visit to the channel, welcome. Make yourself at home, check out the other videos, and also please consider subscribing. I welcome your company and your comments. Well, we're going to have a shave with a brand new razor. A viewer named Jim from Northfield gave me a heads up on this. At my local Giant Eagle grocery store, they were selling this, the Vanderhagen adjustable razor. Now, if it looks familiar, for lack of a better word, this is a clone of the very, very popular Merkur Futur. Merkur Futur is an absolutely stunning, amazing, wonderful razor. Some people call it a shaving instrument. It is a two-piece razor. The cap pops off like that. You just set that blade right there in the base and then affix the cap again. The end tabs of the blade are completely enclosed. It adjusts by turning this entire handle here, and it adjusts from 1 to 6. And yeah, this gives some really, really close shaves. It can be on the aggressive side, so I don't think I go much higher than setting number 3 on this. But it is a beautiful, beautiful razor. It comes in chrome. It also comes in a matte finish and also gold. The prices, respectively, the matte finish is about $62 right now at the time I'm shooting this video. The chrome version is about $72, and the gold finish, I believe, is $102. Now, I've also reviewed this one, the Q-Shave, which is a clone that comes out of China of the Merkur Futur. And I think I got this one on AliExpress for about $10, $10, $12, something like that. And not a bad copy, although there are some quality control problems that some other wet shavers have noticed. The blade balance can be off, can be dramatically off, or it can be off only slightly. Now on this one, mine, it is off ever so slightly, and it's not really, it doesn't really register unless you're really looking for it, but it is there. So not really a deal breaker. For about $10 or $12. It makes a great travel razor, and this is a little more mild in its approach than the Merkur Futur. Now, I've always wanted to get another clone just to see how it would stack up against the Q-Shave. And when Jim from Northfield alerted me to the Vanderhagen version of this razor, well, the next time I was at my local Giant Eagle grocery store, I went in there. Sure enough, there it was, about 3 of them left. We're going to shave with it. Let me give you a tour of the box right here. There's the front cover right there. If you turn it on the side here, it says customized blade exposure level from 1 to 6. For a mild shave, use a low setting. For an aggressive shave, use a higher setting. Single blade design gives you control for a precise shave. On the back, it talks about the twist adjustable safety razor, customizing your shave once you've found the ideal setting, etc., etc., etc. And on the other side panel, it says barber recommended. Safer for your skin, helps reduce razor burn, ingrown hairs, and irritation. German engineered, ice tempered stainless steel blades are included. So you get a packet of 5 blades with this. I've only taken a peek at this, but I have not removed it fully. So we're going to do that together for the first time. And here's what it looks like right here. You have your blades right on top. And there is the razor right there. So let me set this aside here out of the way. And let's take a look at the blades. So it is a tuck of about 5 blades in a plastic case with a disposable compartment, a compartment on the bottom to dispose of your used blades right there. We're not going to use these though. I want to test it with an Astra razor blade right here. I'm going to use Astra Greens because everyone's familiar with the Astra. And here is the razor right here. Now this feels considerably lighter than the Merkur Futur, and it also feels a bit lighter than the Q-Shave. I'd have to weigh them up, but initially it feels a little bit lighter, could be about the same weight. Here is the Q-Shave here, here is the Vanderhagen here. So you can see that they are pretty much identical. The one difference is that the Vanderhagen has its name etched on the cap there, whereas Q-Shave has a blank cap. But there's the Vanderhagen name right there, if you can see that. Try to get that. So I know the light's playing off it a little bit. That's it right there. And it seems to be set up the same way. The only difference I see here is that this thumb notch on the cap is reversed from what I'm used to on the other two. I have the thumb notch to the right of the hash mark here. And also on the Merkur Futur. Here's the hash mark here, and I have the thumb notch to get the cap off to my right as I'm looking at the hash mark. With this one, it seems to be on the left, so I guess that's where I'm going to put it, unless the other two are incorrect. I don't know. But there it is. Cap is off, and that's how I'm going to use it. I'm going to put this thumb notch to the left. But that's the way I've always used the other razors, and I haven't had any problem with it. So we're going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to load a razor blade right now and get going on this shave. Really, really interested to see how this performs and see what kind of shave it gives me. See if the blade balance is good, if it's off, slightly off, that sort of thing. The cost of the razor was $19.99. So here is my Astra razor blade right there, if you can see that. And all I'm going to do is just place it right there. You know what, I got to put it down here like this so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have it sitting right there on the base plate. And the cap, again, is going to go right on top. And there it is. Snaps right back in place. And we're going to go ahead and adjust this to, okay, so it adjusts from 1 to 6. And we're going to start this shave off at about 3. There it is at 3. I don't know if you can see that. It's at 3. Okay, that's where we're going to start the shave. So let me set these other two razors aside. Kind of get those out of the way. Let me get some hot water. I'm going to be using Club Guy shave soap right here. Let me put some hot water on top of this pot here like this. Get some hot water. I'm waiting for the water to heat up a little bit. Okay, there's the hot water right there. Yeah, a little more. Come on, hot water. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, now. Yeah, there's the hot water. Wow. Okay, a little bit of hot water there, and I'm also going to get my brush scuttle and put some hot water in there. All right. A little bit of overflow as it equalizes. So there's my brush scuttle right there. I'm going to be using my Phantom Aerolite shaving brush from Phoenix Shaving right there. Going to let that soak a little bit. Going to kick it off with the Cube 2.0. Really, this is the mentholated one with activated charcoal and Formula CK6 ingredients. So this is really, I've been using it. It's really depleting. And I'm also going to finish it off with the alum block from Phoenix Shaving with the no-slip grip and the dry dock system. And of course, the Club Guy aftershave and cologne splash, and the Club Guy Star Jelly, their aftershave balm for upstairs. So I'm going to go ahead and wet the face and use the cube, and that should give the brush and the soap enough time to kind of warm up and get things going. So let's wet the face and let's get to the shave. All righty. Got about a day's worth of growth here. And we're going to go ahead and just cleanse the face. I love this product because it really does prep the skin and the beard nicely. Gets rid of all that excess oil that may have built up. Really cleans things up. Okay, that's got it. Let's rinse. Okay, a lot of rinsing, but boy, that feels good. I'm going to use the cube now. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to use it as kind of a pre-shave in and of itself there. Okay, that's got it. I got an extra towel here to wipe off my hands. That may come into play as I explain the use of these Futur type razors. Here is the hot water on top of the puck of Club Guy. I was trying to decide what to use, and I decided to go with Club Guy because I like that Pinot Clubman scent, and this is even better than that. All right, so here we go. We're going to load this up, and this is Formula CK6, and oh, it's just a great scent. Oh, beautiful scent, and I'm not going to need to swirl this or load this a lot. I mean, it just loads so quickly, and there's enough there to really give me a good lather. I'm hoping for maybe a 2-pass shave starting at 3, but I don't know how aggressive or how mild it's going to be at level 3. I know what it is with the Merkur Futur and the Q-Shape. Not so sure about this Hagen. All right, let's go ahead and get a lather going here. We're doing a face lather. Boom, lather. I love Formula CK6. I really do. And I have been using some other shave soaps, been reviewing other things and trying other things out. And boy, am I glad to be back using CK6. Oh, wonderful. Okay. I think it's perfect also to try out this new razor. Okay, plenty on the brush. Love the handle, 26 millimeter knot, plenty there to get a good face lather. Let me wipe off my hands a little bit. All right, so here we are right here. Again, a little bit lighter than a Merkur Futur. The Futur is about 120 grams last time I looked, and the Q-Shave is about 98 grams. So I don't know what this is. I'll probably weigh this after I finish this review and post the result below here, so you'll get an idea of how much it weighs. So we are set at level 3. Gonna put on some hot water, and there we go. Ooh, that's good and hot. Little swirl to bring it to the right temperature. Okay, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Well, you know, blade balance seems to be good, and it seems to be giving me smooth performance at first. Getting a little bit of blade feel there, that's for sure. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, here's the thing with the Futur type razors. A lot of wet shavers believe that this razor head is a little overly large, a little bit cumbersome, and a little bit difficult to maneuver underneath the nose and in tight areas. I've become accustomed to it, so I don't mind it too much. So here we go. Yeah, and the size of the razor head really doesn't allow you to get up underneath the nose, up underneath the nostrils to get those little bits on a with the grain pass. We're going to have to really get the majority of that on an east to west kind of pass. But that's the first pass done. So let's go ahead and rinse. Okay, I wanted to clean up the face, coming back on the camera and put some extra water up there and really get a good feel here. I would say socially acceptable. Not a bad pass at all. A little more blade feel with this razor. Yeah, I would say if I had to run out the door, it's socially acceptable shave. But it was smooth, but again, a little more blade feel. So I'm thinking maybe this is a little more on the aggressive side at the higher levels. So I'd have to try that down the road to see where we are at, say, level 4, level 5. Although, again, with the Merkur Futur, I don't really go above 3. Okay, let's go ahead and lather up. Ooh, that's nice and warm from the brush scuttle. Even with me talking a little bit, it still retained the heat beautifully. Very nice. I'm just going to get a little bit of warm water here, and just to help bring back that lather a little bit. Oh, that's nice. I love this scent. The scent is marvelous. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. Okay. That's all set. Back into the brush scuttle. Okay, we're going to turn this down. Now, here's the point with adjusting this, because the entire handle turns. You're grasping this razor head on the ends. If your hands are slick, your fingers are going to slip off of this, and this could kick, and you could cut yourself with the blade. So one of 3 approaches here. Either dry your hands off, make sure that they're good and dry, and adjust it that way. Where's the hash mark? Hash mark's right there. And adjust it that way, up or down. Or sometimes what I like to do is just place it in the palm of your hand like that and adjust it. That way you're not going to slip at all. And even if you do slip, you're not going to cut your fingers. Or the third method is just to get a clean towel like this and just grab it there and adjust it that way. Either way, either 3 of those ways works. But just make sure your hand is good and dry if you're going to grab the ends here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this down to 2. Okay, so we're at 2 there. And I did use my palm. Just so you know, we're down at 2. All right, here we go. So we're going to go east to west across the grain. Pass number 2. I don't feel any difference in blade balance at all. It seems to be, blade balance seems to be, if you can look at that, seems to be very, very good. I don't see any difference. I don't feel any difference. Okay, so this is where it's going to be a bit of a challenge here, getting those little bits up underneath the nostril. Now I have found that using the end that is a little flatter right here rather than being rather than this end that protrudes with the thumb notch here. This, you can almost, it doesn't sound, I don't mean to sound indelicate here, but you can just maybe insert that up your nostril just a little bit. I'm not saying ram it up, but you might, if you got a big honker like me, you can kind of get it up there and just get it up underneath and catch that blade there. Just a little bit with that. Whereas with this side, not so much, because it creates too much distance, so you can't really get up underneath to get those little bits there. And it did a fairly good job in getting them. Okay, so that's the second pass done. Let's rinse. You know what? That's a good shave. I would say for the most part, it's probably done. That's a darn fine shave. Let's see if we can just dial down to say 1.5, do some cleanup, that sort of thing, and see where we're at. I've got enough water on my face to bring back this lather. I got enough on the brush. And maybe just, I was going to say I was going to add a little bit of water to the brush, but it came right, the lather came right back. Okay, that's got it. And again, a nice warm lather from the brush scuttle. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn this down to, I would say 1.5. That's where we're going to be, 1.5. That's where I'm going to try it. And we're going to go south to north against the grain. Well, you know, 1.5 is nice and mild because I was able to get the corners of my mouth against the grain without any tugging or pulling. So that is nice and mild. So, yeah, so far, a good shave. The blade balance seems to be right on the money. At least I haven't really detected any difference from one side to the other. Terrific, terrific. A little bit lighter than Merkur Futur. We'll talk about the weight a little bit down the road, or maybe next shave after I get the actual weight from my scale. But that's the third pass done. Let's rinse. Wow, that was a nice shave. That was really, really nice. Very, very good. We're going to go with my two final rinses. One warm, one cold. Warm water will get rid of this excess slickness, and the cold water will close my pores. Here's my warm water rinse. Ah, that's terrific. Boy, I love Formula CK6. And this Club Guy scent, perfect. Classic barbershop. It's Pinot Clubman with a little bit of extra something. I don't know what it is, but it's just fantastic. All right, here's my cold water rinse. Ah, yeah, that's nice. That's terrific. All right, clean, fresh towel waiting for me right here. Okay. Okay, well, looks like I may have come away with one little nick right there. One little guy right there. I don't know why. That's pretty unusual for me right there. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this alum block and see if that closes it up. It doesn't look too terrible. I don't know if you can see that. It looks very, very minor. So we're going to go ahead and run this under some cold water and see what what kind of feedback we get overall, and hopefully it'll close up that little guy there. Well, you know, no stinging, couple of zings, and that little guy there gave me a little bit of a zing, and it looks like it's closed up, so it doesn't look like it's anything major. If it seems to misbehave, I'll break out my styptic pencil and close it up, but it seems to be very, very, very minor. All right, here's my dry dock right here. This goes in there like that, and everything else was nice and smooth as ice. Nice bracing from the astringent qualities of the alum block, but overall, pretty darn good. Let's see if that guy opens up here as I'm talking to you. If it does, then we got a problem, but I think it's going to be fine. It looks like it's behaving, so to speak. Let's talk about the razor. This razor did a nice job. It gave me a nice 3-pass shave. If I miss my guess, I would say that the calibration of this razor, 1 minute, is somewhat similar to the Futur. If I miss my guess, I'm going to have to do a side-by-side shave though to really determine if the Futur is the same aggressive level at 3 that this is right here. But this did a really terrific job. Really nice pass at 3, and then a nice cleanup at 2. And the third pass, you know, I don't think I really needed it. Possibly in hindsight, given that little nick there, could be operator error. I'm not sure. Probably maybe 1 would be a better setting rather than 1.5. But I would say based on how this shave seems to be calibrated pretty darn close to the Merkur Futur, whereas I think the Q shave is milder. So obviously your mileage may vary, and I don't know what the quality control is like on these from razor to razor at 20 bucks. I'm not sure if this one is going to shave like the one you get, or if yours is going to be milder or more aggressive or spot on. Can't really say, but I know when you get the Merkur Futur, it is beautifully chromed. It's a little more heavier, and I would say that the calibration on each razor is going to be identical. That is my guess. Whereas this one, you know, who knows? But boy, the calibration of this one is very good, and it gave me a really nice, smooth shave. I mean, I'm on my way to a BBS shave, really, after 3 passes. I think 2 passes would have been fine, but 3 passes is giving me a BBS shave. Let's go ahead and use some Club Guy and finish this shave up. Oh yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. I'm purposely putting a little bit on the chin there to see how that reacts. Alrighty, it's got a nice brace to it, beautiful scent, just classic barbershop scent. If you know Clubman Pinot, Club Guy, really, this is for you. And we're going to put a little bit of this upstairs, about that much. Same great scent. Really great shave, and it looks like that guy's closing up. Looks like it's not going to misbehave at all. So it'll be okay for the next shave. This was really a very surprisingly good shave. I think just initially here, I think it's a razor I'm going to keep at level 3. I think going above that is going to be a little too aggressive for me. Again, you know what? I hope each and every one of these is calibrated exactly the way that this is for me. And if that's the case, then if you have a more demanding beard, turning this up to 4, 5, and 6, it's going to do the job for you. If you are like me, a little more on the fair skin side, 1, 2, possibly 3 is going to be plenty for you. And that was plenty for me as well. And again, I'm looking at that guy right there, and it still hasn't done anything. It's coagulated quite well, so that's good. So I guess I'm not going to count that one. But yeah, this was really, really good. The Hagen Merkur Futur style razor. I don't really want to call it a clone, but if you want to call it a clone, it's you. I'm just going to say Merkur Futur style razor. A little bit lighter than the Merkur Futur. It comes in a brushed chrome finish, adjustable from 1 to 6. It comes with 5 blades. It was $19.99 at my local Giant Eagle grocery store. If you're in Northeast Ohio and you have a Giant Eagle store there, check it out. If Giant Eagle is in your area, walk in and go over to their shaving supply area, their shaving aisle, and look for this. This one was kind of hidden away in the lower rack there. I really had to look for it, but it was there. There was only 3 left, and I'm glad I got one. Looks like they're going fast. So I think the popularity of the traditional wet shave is really, really catching on, so that when new safety razors are being made available on the shelf at big box stores and grocery stores and that sort of thing, I think people are snapping them up. That's my impression. So the Hagen Merkur Futur style razor, I liked it a lot. It gave me a nice shave. No nicks, well, maybe 1 nick, no cuts, no irritation, little nick right there, and you can see it's just a little bit. You know what? Here, let's do this before I wrap up. We'll do this just to show you. A good opportunity to show you the styptic pencil and how it works now that I got this right here. What you do is you get this, the Clubman styptic pencil. Take it out of the tube like this. Run it underneath some cold water. Okay? Like that. Get it good and wet on the tip there, and just run it across the nick. And I can feel it sting a little bit there. Okay? Probably should have done this before the alum, but you know what? It's just a way of showing you how it's going to work. And when that powder, when it becomes a powder like that, it'll dry off, and just wipe it off, and you should be good to go with a little nick that small. It really was very, very small, but might as well get it, nip it in the bud, that sort of thing. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below, let me know. Check out the Executive Shaving Company. Use the code MARK5. Check out my blog, georgetoon.com/blog for my comic strip George, other cartoons, other videos like this. I'm on Facebook. Check out my Facebook page. Check out Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements for some great, great shaving gear. Check out VikingsBlade.com for some great shaving gear. Check out Global Shave Clubs International for some great shaving gear. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/marksrating, where you'll find all the products I review in this channel, organized and categorized, so you can find everything in a snap very easily. The Hagen Merkur Futur style razor. You know what? It gave me a great shave. Hang on 1 minute. Let's just. Doing this in real time here. There we go. All healed up. All right, the Hagen Merkur Futur style razor. Really good. You know what? I'm not going to count it. I guess I can say no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. Check it out. $19.99 at Giant Eagle grocery stores. My thanks to Jim from Northfield for pointing it out to me. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I'll see you again real soon.